Good evening, Vasco enjoyers. I hope you're doing alright. It's time for the 48-hour analysis. Yes, just 2 days ago, all of these skins rotated into Rust Door, and basically in this video, we're going to look at their progress based on sales and try and figure out, are these skins still holding up to being perfectly fine investments, or are there any potential problems that you need to be aware of? So sit back, relax, I'm going to start yapping. So, of course, we're looking at the first 24 hours of sales to get started with, and you might notice some interesting little details. First of all, that neon small seed storage right there, well, it didn't really sell that much. Well, I mean, on average, compared to all the other skins, it did over 12,600 subscribers in the first 24 hours. That's actually kind of absurd. But in comparison to other neon storages, it sold not that much. See here, this is the neon small comp storage that was accepted 2 weeks ago. Don't forget, last week we had a bit of a break from neon small boxes. That was the lowest selling skin after the first 24 hours of sales. That only did, well, only 17,500 subscribers. But back over to here, 12,600. Could that potentially, be having problems? Or could that actually help it out ever so nicely? Because, of course, I'm sure many of you are well aware, with the amount that these neon storages have been selling, it's been a bit absurd, but now we're also starting to notice a bit of a problem with their listings on the Steam market. Their prices are starting to suffer. And I've yapped more than enough about how they're very likely going to struggle during the likes of September, October, November, the autumn-fall seasonal dip. And, well, potentially, they might go as low as about $1. So we'll talk more about that in a second, because of course we'll be talking about all the individual skins here. Let's move on to an interesting detail of the likes of the Junkernaught Garage Door. 9,100 subscribers after the first 24 hours of sales. Where did I see that happen before? Well, at the very beginning of the month. Tempered Sheep Door did the exact same subscribers almost, and we know where that landed at, just about 20,000 subscribers. Does that make the likes of this garage door over here a lot more appealing? We'll be talking about that as well. Now, across the board with all these other skins here, they're doing fine. It's like, if you could remember the likes of last week, that was rough, wasn't it? There wasn't that much interest across the board with the likes of these, but with the likes of what we see here with the other skins, they're doing better. So, overall, I'm pretty sure a lot more people are more enthusiastic with the likes of the skins with this week's Rust Door and whatnot. Not complaining, that's good. So likes of this then, shall we now look at the likes of the 48 hours of sales? Now, just to quickly remind you, it's a little bit later than 48 hours, but based on the sales that we see here, it's fine. It's not too much of a problem. Now, before I proceed to talk about, all of this, I just want to bring this up to you. Throughout all this month, we have done absolutely amazing in terms of player count. The average player count for every day over the past month has been 98,000. Now, to give you some context, that's the third highest we've ever seen for Rust. And the only other 2 months that have a higher number count, or the average player count, is all the way back during the likes of the offline TV era. Basically, do you remember when Rust just so happened to be the most popular game on Twitch because Offline TV, the Twitch organisation, they set up a special server where all the big streamers suddenly started playing on, and it's during that period of time where all Rust skins at bare minimum doubled in price. So, in a lot of instances, tripled in price. So that kicked off. Tons of people were watching Rust. Tons of people bought Rust. Tons of people were playing Rust. Awesome time, but it didn't last forever. We have not been close to that in a very, very long time. Yes, we've had instances where we went up to like 90,000, average months for player counts and whatnot. But with what we see in here, we're very close to 100,000 again. We haven't done that since Offline TV era. Main point I'm trying to get across to you is, evidently, Rust is still growing. It's not stopping. It's still improving. So, cool. Can't complain about that. This is why I should point out and sit here and say, for some of you, you might have noticed certain skins have stagnated, started to drop off a little bit. Yeah, that's happened. But could we potentially see a bit of a rebound? Could we see, with potentially a lot more people playing with the likes of July Forcewipe, considering, all the interesting things that are yet to be added? Bikes, hood and cuffs, travelling vendor, and so much more. Crocodiles. Basically, maybe we could potentially see skins still go higher and higher, because there's expected to be just a little bit more people playing. And it's currently the Steam sale, the Steam summer sale, so interesting things ahead, we shall see. But now we can actually be grounded, look at all these skins, and question, are these skins still holding up to being perfectly fine investments? What's the likely total subscriber count we'll see after a week? And are there any potential problems? Neon Small Seed Storage. So, you are currently the lowest selling Neon Small box so far. With the amount of sales that you currently have after 2 days, you've only just about matched up to the Neon Small Comp Storage. So, over to here. This did 17,500 sales for the first 24 hours of sales, and now, as you can see here, it ended up reaching just under 40,000 subscribers with 38,000. Cool. Or is it? Oh dear. Look at all the Neon Small boxes, and as you can see, some of them are already starting to suffer. I've already yapped about this more than enough. Basically, I am under the impression that these are going to suffer during the likes of September, October, November, the autumn fall seasonal dip. Yes, whilst we have a lot of people playing at the moment, it doesn't last forever, aka kids will go back to school. So last year, as you can see, July and June, they did absolutely wonderful, but just 2 months later, September, October, November, it drops off, about a third of the player count disappears, less people playing, less demand for skins, lower skin prices. Not too hard to comprehend. And with so many of these being bought, what do you reckon is going to happen when the people stop playing so much? They're going to get thrown onto the Steam market. There'll be far too many of them being, sold or listed to be sold rather than people actively wanting to buy them. That is where we will see pretty bad times for the likes of these, and I'm under the impression you very likely will see some of them reaching down to around $1. Maybe, if you want to be smarter with your money, you could wait until October time. Look at those skins then consider jumping in and buying them. Or, with a smart buy order, because of course that's abnormal, you could just probably put down a $1 buy order and maybe that would just be perfectly fine. Maybe these skins might go a little bit lower. But I will sit here and say this, in the long term, in the future, will these all end up in the positive and, potentially reach prices close to this? Well, maybe not close to this, but I do expect them to all rise up in price ever so nicely. As I just said, we're still seeing more people playing Rust. We're still seeing new people playing Rust. There very likely will be a bunch of people that missed out on these, and in the future, they'll want to collect them as well, along with the likes of these. So, yeah, in the long term, sure, but in the next, with the impending next dip just around the corner, he says, but give it a good 2 or 3 months, wouldn't be surprised if they suffer, much like how all of these did when they first came out. When they all went through their first dip, some of them went as low as about, actually around $1. Yes, these sold for $2.49. Some of them still ended up around $1. So, you've been warned, and you've been informed. Whilst you might sit there and say, but I just want to buy one for myself, that's fine. I'm talking about investments. So, yes, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support that skin creator, keep them nice and motivated, keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future, but do be warned, it very likely will still be going below its Rust price, even though it's not selling that much. If anything, it might be a question of, do you even see yourself needing a seeds box that much? Do you like growing? Do you like horticulture? So, it's perfectly fine for what it is. It's a neon storage. Do you need anything else? But anyway, don't forget, we do have 2 more boxes potentially on the horizon. We had the card storage, which was submitted quite some time back, but wasn't accepted yet. Berries, which of course was the most recent one. But there's even more things to look forward to, the likes of the Neon Storage Collection. What do you mean? Well, Duck the Skin Creator. If you go over to the likes of his Twitter, you might have seen some interesting things being posted recently. He intends to produce a Neon Locker collection as an extra additional piece to the Neon Storage Collection. So what's his plan? Full kits, Heli, and Roadsign. There might be more. If you've got ideas, feel free to comment and tell him and whatnot. But yeah, this collection could expand even more so, and we very likely could, see locker skins for this as well. I reckon that could work out quite alright. I think that would probably look pretty interesting, wouldn't it? So, hey, if it could expand even further, that's another thing to look forward to. But still stand by the point, I wouldn't be surprised if a ton of people buy those lockers as well, and they also suffer during the likes of the autumn-fall seasonal dip. So yeah, whilst we can expect nice things potentially for the set to expand even further, with the likes of the sales I'm seeing here, it's still an absurd amount. It's still crazy. But, just because by Neon storage standards, it's not that much, it's still likely going to suffer. It's across the board. If all the skins are suffering, that very likely will as well. But of course, we have the large boxes, but they're kind of like separate, so don't worry. Anyway, I'm looking at that and I'm kind of thinking that might just about only do about 30,000 subscribers. I am under the assumption it'll probably do 30 to 32,000 subs. If it does a fair bit less, alright, okay, Wednesday night when we're trying to do our abnormal barders, maybe I'll consider how I approach it, but honestly, I'm just going to probably stick with doing a $1 barder. And I'll look at it, in a few months' time when it's October, maybe it doesn't go all the way down to $1, maybe it only goes down to $1.10. Fine, yeah, sure, I'll just buy some then for that price with another account. You get the idea. All right, cool. So that's nice. 30 to 32,000 subscribers. Feel free to comment, sitting there saying, do you think you even need to use seeds that much? Or do you have another reason as to why seeds probably isn't that popular? I lean with the idea that a lot of the people who like to buy with a pure intent to sell might be a bit fatigued, Maybe they bought a ton of the food and the meds and the comps, and now they're looking at the skins and realising they're really starting to dip in price and think, nah, I don't want to do it again. They have to wait now until, in the long haul, in the long term. Then you'll be able to sell them and flip them for a nice profit. It is what it is. Cool. So that's all my yapping for likes that Neon Small Seed Storage. Let's now hop over and talk about the likes of Junkernaught Garage Door. Right, so first 24 hours of sales, that did 9,000 subscribers, which of course matched up perfectly the likes of the Tempered Sheepman Double Door right here. That just about reached 20,000 subscribers. We have to question now, is 20,000 subscribers a perfectly fine amount for the likes of this Junkernaught Garage Door? Well, it's lucky that we do have certain things that we can compare to, because of course, with this garage door, it has transparency. You have a perfectly nice little window here that you can see through. Please consider watching my Rust rotation video. I do showcase all of this and how you can utilise it to, make great use of being able to look around, make sure the coast is clear outside and whatnot. Anyway, glows in the dark, has transparency. What else could you ask for? Well, it does have competition that already exists. Hopping over to the likes of the Brutalist Garage Door and the Bombshell Garage Door, these appeared last year and 2 years ago. Now, Bombshell did like 20,000 subscribers in total. This Brutalist Garage Door did about 29,000 subscribers in total. And if I could just quickly confirm that. So again, onto scmm.app, I look at all the garage doors that came out previously, go to last year, 29,000 subscribers just about, and then Bombshell, I can confirm, did just over 20,000 subs. So maybe Bombshell's probably the best thing to compare to, but we'll still look at Brutalist, because as you can see here, that's now selling for $5. This also sold for $4. This here only sold for $3. Let's just get that point across real quickly. Junkernaught might be a little bit too expensive for people to want to go absolutely wild on and buy tons of, because that $4 price, it adds up, doesn't it? Anyway, that is now sitting there at $5. Scroll down, look at its sales history. This actually came out during October, during the autumn fall seasonal dip. So yeah, it kind of went up price a fair bit quickly, and then it went down pretty hard. Then it, post-Christmas, goes up all the way to $7 at one point. There's a lot of hype behind it. And it went down. See that Easter dip right there? It went from about $6.50 to $7, all the way down to barely $3. But of course, since then it has been rising up ever so nicely, and we did reach a nice, fairly okay price of $6-ish not too long ago. Point is, don't be surprised that the Junkernaught still suffers. Yeah, that did sell a fair bit more compared to what 20,000 subscribers is, but we can still look at the likes of Bombshell. So this sold for $3. This did 20,000 subscribers in total. But it has been around a longer time. So let's go take a look at the likes of this. Now, just to quickly remind all of you, its initial period here is very weird. It appears that not everybody is fully well aware that the transparency in the glow in the dark was, well, helpful. And what you see with these very, straightforward jumps is when TikTok videos were made showcasing that, hey guys, it's got transparency and it glows in the dark. What more could you ask for? Suddenly, and doubles, like, it just doubled in price like twice. It was silly, but anyway, that happened. So I'm just going to kind of skip all of that, and we're only going to focus the likes of this period here. Right, so this is the summer of 2023. As you can see, it's selling ever so nicely. It's selling for around $6.50 to $7. That's cool. What happened during the autumn fall seasonal dip? Went all the way down to just about and less than $4. So it dropped off a fair bit. But of course, after that, post-Christmas, rose up to about $5 again, kind of stagnated during the Easter dip, and, with the summer, goes up to a brand new all-time high price, comfortably slightly above $8 at one point. So, yes, you might notice it's also starting to slip down a bit. Well, guess what appeared? Junkernaught. And of course, maybe a lot of people suddenly decided to try and sell theirs once it reached a new all-time high price. So, you get the idea. Anyway, hopping back over to the likes of Junkernaught, point I'm trying to get across is, we saw that those garage doors did suffer quite a fair bit badly when it went through a dip. I am pretty confident that Junkernaught Garage Door will be struggling a fair bit, but there's also a nice potential positive on the horizon. Have you questioned, Junkernaught collection, you've been getting quite a lot of weapon skins accepted, but so far 2 deplorables. Do you not think we might not be seeing more deplorables? I feel confident that might happen. Has anyone asked, hey, you're going to make like an armoured door or on a table or something? And yeah, what's this then? Okay, no one's actually asked, but let me put it this way. Come on now. Of course he's going to make more skins. Of course he's going to make more doors and whatnot. More deplorables? I wouldn't be surprised. I get the feeling that this will be appreciated as time goes on, but I don't imagine it'll go back up into positive until maybe around post-Christmas, which would be January 2025, and of course the summer of 2025. This will suffer during dips. How low will it go? I can't really give you a solid answer with that, but I don't believe it will be retaining its price during those bad periods of time. So maybe a smart buy order of $2.50 and $3 might be the way to go, or maybe just want to wait until October, see how low it goes, and then make a move. It's up to you, but yeah, you get the idea. So I can envision this works out quite nicely. More deplorable skins potentially on the horizon. Well, transparency and glow-in-the-dark. It's also the most affordable and cheap option for this as well, just to point out. So, yeah, maybe Bombshell and Brutalist suffers a fair bit because this is a lot more approachable and affordable. Cool. You get the idea. So, lots of very nice positive things to say there. I do lean more towards, I still see it working out ever so nicely, but yeah, maybe with a smart buy order, might be a bit better, but by all means, if you just want one for yourself, that's fine. Buy it, use it, enjoy it, support that skin creator, keep him nice and motivated, keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future, and Mr. Fuff, I'm pretty sure he will be doing that. So who knows what's coming next, but the only way you can, be prepared for such a thing is to keep an eye on the workshop for all those brand new, interesting looking skins. Wow. Cool, so we got that nice and covered. Let's now move on to the likes. And total sales. I mean, we've already kind of said it, 20,000 subscribers is the expected amount. If it did a little bit less or a little bit higher, still same expected results, to be honest. So how you go about that is up to you. So now let's move on to the Menace Large Box. So currently you're sitting here at 10,000 plus subscribers. That's cool. I was questioning this a fair bit. It's not abnormal, bit of a problem there, but at the end of the day, if you like it, and if we do potentially see more skins and this develop into a collection, that could work out quite nicely. But let's just quickly go ahead and double check. Has anyone asked, hey, are you turning this into a collection? And no one asked. Okay, that's a bit awkward. So it is what it is. I wouldn't be surprised if it, adapts into a collection and whatnot. Maybe we'll see like a garage door with that homage, that drawing. Maybe we'll see the likes of, sheet metal doors, rug, furnace, water purifier. You get the idea. So, alright, if we could just keep an eye on the workshop, wait and see what happens next, I would feel a lot more confident with the likes of that. And again, I never rush into making a purchase, do I? I'll wait till Wednesday. Now, quite literally, we will have to figure out if we actually do want to make a purchase or, just stick with doing a buy order. It's actually selling quite nicely. People clearly seem to like it. But this doesn't glow in the dark. Now, okay, is that the end all be all? No, not really, but I get the feeling that most people probably do want to have a glow-in-the-dark large box. You want to be able to see your storages at night, especially if you don't have electricity. If you're a caveman, you don't know what fire is and whatnot. Anyway, it's doing well. It's the third best-selling skin of the week, which is surprising. I thought that would be, but yeah, price. Alright then, with the likes of what I see here, I could see it working out nicely, but I do need to see evidence of more skins. We'll see. But yeah, good job with that. Looking at the state of that so far, can't help but assume, how high might you go? Are you going to do about 15 to 17,000 subscribers? Well, do you know what? If I could just quickly hop over to here again, make some comparisons. So you did 6,900 subscribers. That's the first 24 hours of sales. Wow, we completely surpassed all of that. With the sheet metal door there, garage door. Maybe garage door might be pretty close. We've got that sheet metal door there with 7,000 subscribers. Alright, well, why not just do both and get a good idea? Okay, we'll do that then. So garage door and Junkernaught sheet metal door. So hopping over to here, if I go back 2 weeks, let's get a good look at the likes of that. Quarantine garage door, that did almost 19,000 subscribers. I look at the likes of that sheet metal door there, that had about 15,000 subscribers. So maybe we could just probably sit there and say, what's in between them? Yeah, I honestly think it will just be 15 to 17,000 subscribers. Quarantine did get quite a lot more sales towards the end of the week, which was a bit odd. I think 15 to 17,000 would be the nice perfect grounded answer to assume. So yeah, let's keep an eye on it. Maybe we will see some more continuations. That's all we can really do, alright? But as I said, if you like it, you can always buy one for yourself. If you want to make an investment, wait it out. Look at what the total sales look like by Wednesday, then make a much more informed and better judgment. Okay, cool. Dragon Rage Jacket. 9,200 subscribers so far. It's not selling that much. Still quite a fair bit. You know, look at all the jacket skins that currently exist. I'm not talking about the ones that came out this year. I'm talking about the ones that came out like previous years and whatnot. Like, you know, there's only 26,000 blackout jackets. Okay, you know what? Maybe that doesn't matter. That's still a lot. Wow, I honestly didn't believe it was that much. Okay, whatever. Go back over to here. So, at the current rate of sales that we're looking at with the likes of this, I think it's going to match up more likely with the likes of the black gold jacket, compared, of course, you know, to the likes of the training jacket. Hey, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but yeah, it's the price that's kind of slowed it down a bit in terms of total sales. But we have to sit here and question, is the jacket itself actually going to work out nicely? Is that going to go into the positive? Now, I've already brought this up. When you look at the likes of the Dragon Rage collection, we've basically already got all the clothing and armour. There's nothing else that's going to really give that a boost. Like, I can't really think of anything. I would like to see more of this collection. I wouldn't doubt it. I'm pretty sure we'll maybe see a resubmission for the SAR or the Thompson and a double barrel, or yeah, that's Thompson already. Oh, the rocket launch also look very good. Like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Mr. Little Ranger probably throws one of those out every now and then. Honestly, deplorables would look pretty cool with the Golden Dragon design, but I don't think that's going to really help the jacket. I think the jacket's still going to suffer. I think the jacket's still going to go below its restore price. Yes, of course, you know, just a few months' time. Or to full seasonal dip. But don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Right, so Dragon Rage jacket, your price might have stopped a ton of people jumping in and buying tons of you, but you've also got to try and retain that price as well. And here's the thing that we mainly talked about when it first appeared. How many black jackets do we have now in total? Well, we've got the likes, of course, the blackout jacket. Scrolling over to, I mean, you could say tempered. Nah, I'm not going to say tempered. It's got shiny bits. Right, you got black gold, you've got training, you've got K-Ketamine and Cracky jacket. That was a Twitch drop that was given away for free. Yes, it has some white bits, but it's free. And, of course, you now have Dragon Rage jacket. The fact that this exists and has so much of these in circulation, I can't help but assume will cause this to suffer. So, yeah, 15,000 sales is my expected amount, you know, in total, matching up to around black gold. That's the expected subscriber count. But looking at that, I just can't help but assume I'm just going to stick with doing a buy order. It's going to be the safest option, I believe. Yeah, if you're never ever feeling super confident in something, just go with a local buy order. It's up to you. So, cool. Cargo Heli Barricade. Let's move on to the likes of this. Now, again, I still can't figure out why you might want this. I'm not hating, alright? I'm very surprised to see it being accepted, but again, I showed this off in my Restore Rotation video. Feel free to give that a good watch. I do give this a good look. It's the only glow-in-the-dark concrete barricade that we have in the game. How might this be useful to you? Could you please tell me? Could you please tell me? Now, the best thing I could think of was, if you're on some sort of creative server, you can make like a racetrack. You know, if you decide to have it like nighttime, you can still see your way around the track and whatnot because you have these up on the side. Okay, that's useful, like help. But I don't think everybody's going to be wanting to use that in certain ways. I mean, you know, if you just want to put a concrete barricade in random spots all over the map and have that be the skin so you can see it all around the map and whatnot, I mean, sure, fine. But I don't get it. I don't know. Now, we have had concrete barricades being accepted last year because there's like a 7-year gap. Was it 6 or 7? 6 years. 6 years, yeah. 2017 to 2023, we did not have a concrete barricade because honestly, why? And then we got Adobe Barricade. Okay, cool. Sold for $1.49. Now it sells for 55 cents. Then, you know, during Halloween, we had the Tombstone Barricade. All nice and spooky. It says RIP. Cool Halloween decoration. Guess what? Right now, it's not Halloween. 69 cents. Oh. So you might sit and say decoration, just nice thing to put on the side and whatnot. Didn't help out these two, did it? They are like a third of their current price now. Or, you know, third of what they sold for in the Rust store. So I could look at both of these in the Steam market right now. Let's go see how many of them are currently listed and whatnot, see how it all breaks down. But, oh god, the bars only got up to about 35 cents. Wow. How many are you selling every day? Only 10. Oh, you have not done well. You've only slipped down. You went up a little bit, but that's like a few pennies. And then over to here, we have the likes of the Tombstone Barricade. Get a good look at that. And yes, 69 cents. Actually, it's not too far off. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Right, okay, here's something I want to bring up to you. Someone randomly walked in and bought out a bunch of these. I think they tried to do a little bit of a manipulation. So what happens with manipulations? People who want to get something started, They'll just jump in and do like an initial buyout, 20 of them sold. Is that it? Really? Keep an eye on this. This might have some funny business happening to it in the future, but that doesn't seem super legitimate. I don't think I can fully rely upon this. However, I will sit here and say, with a significant amount of the quantity being bought out, it still went back down to around 70 cents because no one's actively wanting to actually buy it and use it, it appears. Yep. So, does that seem super helpful for the likes of you when you look at this and question if it's going to hold its value? Because that right there is abnormal. It's selling for $2. I do not think it'll be retaining its $2 price. I honestly think I might just put down like a 40-cent buy order. And even then, is it even worth bothering for? What do you mean? Well, like, okay. If I bought a whole bunch of these at 40 cents, oh great, maybe in the future I might be able to flip it for 50 cents and walk away with like a 5-penny profit. Is that even worth the time? And again, like I said, when I looked at one of them, it said it only did like 10 sales in the past 24 hours of sales. You know, concrete barricades. You are a weird one. Even the older skins, they're cheap as well. They used to be fairly interesting, but then these two appeared, and then people kind of realised, well, oh, what do I even use them for? And then these drop value then. So yeah, feel free to comment below. You tell me what you think in regards to how you might use that, but I just can't. I don't know. And if there's no use for it, where's the demand to buy skin and keep skin value up and whatnot? Yeah. Now, looking at the other concrete barricades we had last year, they did around 11,000 subscribers each. Yep. I get the feeling we're kind of on track to match up to that. Maybe we might do a little bit more. Maybe people watching me right now have probably got the indication that, okay, instead of buying it for $2, I'll just buy it for 50 cents in like a month or so. I mean, maybe. But we'll see what this looks like on Wednesday. I think it will probably do around 11,000 subscribers. That is the straightforward answer I'm going to give you, but I don't even think I want to bother doing a bar on it. I just don't think it's like worth trying or caring for. Now, I lack like useful information and how that can be utilised. I might be talking like an absolute idiot here. Wouldn't be the first time, would it? But yeah, maybe I'm missing out on key information and how it can be used, but I just consider it just like decoration, I guess. So I'm going to have to leave that for now. I'm not looking at that with optimism, so moving on. I've had a bit of a discussion with the likes of these two tools here. Now, I did make a direct comparison to the likes of the previous tools that we had, that being the actual standard tools, the hatchet and the pickaxe. They did not do a very good job retaining their value. They went and lost half of their value like as time went on. Not good. Now, when these came out, if I go view the store, let's just see if I'm correct. Weren't they like the top selling skin of that store? And the answer is, yeah, no, okay, the hatchet was. The pickaxe was kind of close. Yeah, it wasn't that off. Anyway, that was the summer of last year. Cool, that was June 8. Alright, cool. That was the top selling skin. Clearly, you can see the likes of these stone tools, that is not currently the top selling skin. In fact, at the current rate they're sending, it looks like they're going to sell only about half the amount of subscribers compared to the standard tools. Now, looking at the stone hatchet and pickaxe, as you can see, all of these skins, whilst they still aren't retaining their value, and right now it's the summer, loads of people playing, this is the best time to sell your skins because, well, of course, this is when we have tons of demand. Even then, these are still in the negative. That ain't good. But they're not down like by 50% like most hatchets and pickaxes. They're down by 25 and 7 and 36 and 28 and 15 and 12. Maybe a smart builder might work out ever so nice little likes of these, but they also glow in the dark. And I did bring this up. People don't want to be seen at night time. I don't want to be seen when I'm chopping trees. Well, I mean, why are you chopping trees at night time? But anyway, you get the idea. I don't think people want to have anything in their hands that's going to make them an easier target to spot. It does look cool though. The designs do look nice. Circu has done quite a ever so nice looking continuation for his collection. Very likely over the course of this weekend you might see another Hell collection skin being produced. For the life of me, why did the hammer never get accepted? Like I wouldn't be surprised if he probably resubmits that, but there's nothing wrong with it, and yet it doesn't get accepted. I don't know, but that would definitely be something to look forward to. Anyway, back over to here. You're probably only doing about 10,000 subscribers by Thursday. You very likely might stand out well enough that you might, fare better compared to all the other stone tools, but these are selling for $2.49 each, not the standard $1.99 price. Okay, right. Yeah, I still believe they'll be dipping below the Rust price. I wouldn't be surprised. What's the likelihood of getting anything in the Hell collection that might help out those two skins? Nothing really, to be honest. I'm afraid. So I think we'll probably just end up doing something like a $1 or $1.50 buy order. Actually, it might just be a $1 buy order because I can still see them holding up a fair bit better. You be the judge. You tell me. Feel free to comment. But yeah, I don't have a lot of faith. And again, when I'm not confident in something, I'd rather just stick with doing a low-ball buy order and just move on. Because again, October's just around the corner. Do not be surprised to see so many skins suddenly just go. You should also keep an eye on all of your buy orders that you've made over the past year. Like, really put an effort in to monitor them over the course of these next few months. If the prices start to get very close to your buy order price and you don't really want to be picking them up for a super, like, rubbish price, I guess you could say, like, it's going to take a while for these skins to recover after they've gone through a dip. And if you don't want to hold on to them with that, if you don't want to bear that problem, you've got to consider removing some of your buy orders. Yeah, I'm sorry to say. So that, you could get quite cheap, and that concerns me. So I'm going to leave that until Wednesday. We'll discuss that a fair bit more, but I'm convinced it's going to probably only do around 10,000 subscribers. So let's move on to the likes of the Apocalyptic Roadsign Gloves. Now, I looked at this, and I was reasonably optimistic that this actually could be one of the best things to put your money towards if you wanted to retain some value. So with the likes of the Apocalyptic collection, as you can see, it's actually doing pretty good. You know, all these skins currently in the positive, basically. The main thing that I wanted to set your attention to was the fact that the Hoodie and Pants did about 13,000 subscribers. The Tier 2 on average did about 16,000 subscribers. But the Tier 3 only did about 8,000 to 9,000 subscribers. These sold a fair bit less compared to the rest, but with that led to it becoming the most valuable pieces. $5, $3.50. There's less of these to go around, all the better for them to rise up in price. Now we look at the gloves. Now I know there was leather gloves in the past, but these are roadside gloves, just to kind of point that out to all of you. These very likely will only be reaching around 8,000 to 9,000 subscribers, along with the likes of these. And if this collection, remains being fairly in demand, the cool-looking graffiti-style purplish design, that pair of gloves right there actually might do a pretty good job, just comfortably sitting there in the positive. Maybe it will just gradually, slowly rise up in price, but don't assume it's going to be like quick. No, it'll be something that might take a while. If you are going to invest into those gloves, you probably don't want to buy tons of them. You'll want to keep an eye on this. Again, just around the corner, October. I don't imagine that's going to suffer immensely. I don't believe with the amount that's sold, it's going to become a problem. I don't think we'll see tons of stock on the Steam market. So that's in your hands as of now. Again, better to wait until Wednesday. But those gloves are still looking to be perfectly fine. Now, I've brought this up in the past, now I'll bring it up again. When you have a pair of roadside gloves, so as long as it's part of a collection that's got most of the core pieces accepted and whatnot, they tend to perform perfectly fine. Chameleon. Cyber gloves to a point, Cyber collection as a whole, not exactly doing the best. That's only down by 2% at the moment. Legacy Kevlar roadside gloves. Damascus, same thing as the Cyber collection there. Not all of it's holding up super great, but it's only down by 1%. So that's not too bad there. As I said, for skin that's likely going to retain its value, even these skins that are part of collections that didn't do a very good job retaining most of the value, they're only down by a little bit. Love Struck, oh, that worked out very nicely. Abyss roadside gloves, yes indeed. Thunder Gold, I'm kind of surprised by, but that has been kind of like slightly in the positive, slightly in the negative throughout all of this year. Doesn't really go down too much. That would also apply to what I've suggested to you. So basically, you might notice a lot of the gloves that are part of collections that are mostly finished are performing ever so nicely. You're a bit of a funny one because there's like an absurd amount of you. Yes, oversaturation all by itself can be a problem as well still. But yeah, in general, with the likes of what we're seeing here, it seems to be okay. It looks like it's still going to be a perfectly fine thing that will retain most of its value. And in the future, you'll probably be able to flip them, make a decent bit of profit. That's fine. So if you need to put some money away now, consider looking at that. It still looks to be perfectly fine for that type of role, that type of position. So let's move on to the next skin. Royal Safari. Oh, total sales. Well, as I said, around 9,000 subscribers is what I'm expecting. Cool. Moving on. Royal Safari AK47. $3.49. Golden AK. I've already gone through all of this. Yep. it's not exactly expected to retain its value. Now, will we see continuations? Will we see Royal Safari SAR or Thompson or MP5, whatnot? Wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't surprise me. I fully expect something like that to happen. But a weapon-only collection doesn't tend to perform very nicely. We've had certain unique instances where it did, but in general, nah. I'm not going to expect that, I'm afraid. So with that there, you've done 5,300 subscribers so far. I am under the impression you'll probably reach up to 8,000 to 9,000 subscribers, but just take a look at all the AKs that came out in the past year and see how many of them are currently in the positive. Yep, that's a lovely sight to see. Yeah, unfortunately, not all of them are doing super great. Thundergold is still doing alright, but that seems to be the one skin. Now, MK Ultra and Sweet Dreams, I was kind of interested in the likes of you two, but you're down by 36% at the moment. Sweet Dreams is only down by 10. That's actually not too bad. As I look over to the skins from last year, Abyss is holding up, sort of. It's evens. And then, of course, we have Kissiar, which is still perfectly fine and sitting there at $5. So, anyway, with all of these skins, you might notice the likes of Cell AR, $3.49, now it's selling for half the price. Nocturnal Beast, you sold for $2.49, now you're selling for half price. We've also got the likes of the Junkernaught AK, $2.96, half price. Not too bad here, you're doing a bit better compared to most skins Black Diamond, so props to you. Holiday theme skins, so don't be surprised by this price. Yeah, things aren't exactly holding up very well. And then, of course, we have the likes of the Mythical Dragon AR. This was accepted during Lunar New Year, Year of the Dragon. Golden AK, bejeweled, yes, bejeweled with gems, making it ever so nice, extravagant and fancy. Sold for a sum of $3.49, and now it sells for $1.15. Basically, it went by, it's like a third of its price at the moment. Yeah. So, what's the likely outcome for the likes of that? Well, it's going to probably end up like that. No, maybe not as bad as that, because that was actually in the Rustle for 2 weeks, and it did like 24,000 subscribers. So that's obviously going to be a lot more compared to the outcome of this. You know, this is going to probably only have about a third as much as this. But even then, don't be surprised if it goes down by half or something. Like, just don't be surprised. Yeah. And if you're going to sit there and say, but Hedge, it's a golden AK. Well, we just had this as a Twitch drop. Come on now. Don't sit there and tell me you didn't pick up Augusta Bell's AK, because it did kind of look really nice. Produced by Slonosta, so don't be surprised by that. So yeah, nice, golden, shiny looking skin. That was for free. That's $3.49. What do you reckon most people are probably going to do? They're probably not going to feel the need to buy another AK. Golden AK, I should clarify. So, sorry to say there, that, Mr. Alloy, Mr. Hook, but keep it up. Let's see if you can produce some more skins and see if you can turn it into an interesting looking collection. At the very least, you did have a fairly decent amount of people buying these, but what's partly to blame with the lack of sales probably is due to the fact that we have how many AK-47 skins now in total, that including Twitch drops and whatnot. I didn't catch it. Oh, no. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, 256. Just to kind of get the point across, right? If I go by highest price, so at $3.49, that's already in like the top, like, quarter at the very least. But if I go down to like $2, the average price you would see for a standard AK-47, right? This is the point here. We're still in the upper half. That would mean at least, let's say, maybe about 130 AK-47s are selling for less than $2. That's how bad it is. There's just so many. So yeah, that's enough of my ramblings. I wouldn't be surprised if that goes down in price. It is abnormal, but yeah, lower price buy order on this Wednesday night. Yes, of course. And with the likes of my predictions video, which you can go ahead and watch right now if you want to. Remember, with the likes of when I do a predictions video, I always order the skins in order of what I feel most confident in. And if they have question marks, that would mean, at the very least, I'm kind of 50-50 at best, but I probably do lean more towards the likes of I'm not that confident in it. With the likes of the Kitchen Warfare Bandana, I have no clue. I have no idea. So this was weird. The instance that this was accepted, it should have come with a poncho. So technically speaking, right now, there's actually 2 ponchos on the Steam Workshop right now, or rather Rust Workshop, where they could probably be accepted at some random point in the future, who knows. We've got this poncho here, which is just quite literally a giant grater. Watch out for your nipples. And of course, we've got the Pots and Pans poncho right here, which, okay, look, at the end of the day, I know it looks stupid, I know it looks silly, but did you think anything that was going to continue from the Colin de Booney hat was not going to be silly or stupid? Come on now. Anyway, I'm surprised they didn't accept that. Yeah, I mean, maybe it might not have sold a lot, but a lot of people would have appreciated that. Come on now, you know a lot of people would have liked that. But no, wasn't accepted. Okay, well, that's a little bit awkward. But here's the point. Are we going to see a continuation appear on the workshop over the course of this weekend? Well, I mean, I don't know. Oh, look, Pirate Collection skin. Cool. Always keep an eye on the workshop, and you see all the new skins appear in front of you. Yes. So anyway, I'm still conflicted. Now, one thing I will bring up is it's not selling that much. I'm looking at this and thinking it's going to probably only do about 7,000 subscribers. If we do see continuations, yes, I do stand here, and I do expect that this could still spike in price. But do you notice something here? Look at that Conda Boonie hat. When that appeared, that was in the positive. We're past that like hype moment now, and it's gone back down by 28% again. You know what you should do first of all, Hedge? Quickly go on the Steam market. How many of the listings are actually below that $1.49 price? Oh, it's quite a fair bit actually. Yeah. Alright, point made. Yeah. So that's not exactly a good look. Also, that's selling for $2.49 all by itself. What? Who knows? But yes, if we do see those continuations being produced and accepted, yes, that kitchen Warfare Badana very likely still will spike in price and do quite nice. The greater design at the very least does look cool. Is it something that you might want to wear just independently, or regardless of whatever you have on your head and whatnot? Like, maybe. it still does look cool. But I am questioning this a lot. Like, I do rely mainly on the idea of will we see continuations, but in terms of something that just looks cool, what do you reckon? Would the leader of your group want to look like the crazy Wastelander man right here? Hey, feel free to comment. So, yeah, that's just basically it. Still conflicted, still not 100% sure, but continuations, if I see them, I would definitely will feel more confident. So, it is what it is. Right then, so those are all the skins, but I said 7,000 subscribers. Yeah, I definitely said that. Cool. So, what to expect from here and now? At the very least, I will sit here and say, please consider keeping an eye on the likes of micro522.com. I'll have it linked in the description. If you don't have yourself set up with a full order offers list in the workshop, micro522.com will definitely help you out. Just click date submitted, and as you can see, all the newer skins that have appeared recently, all in line right there. And also, on Monday, I will look at all the newer skins. All you have to do is just turn up to my stream, go on micro522.com, hover over all the titles, find a skin that might catch your interest. Look, we've got Banana Peel Boonie hat there. Wait, what is this? Alright, okay, fair enough. There you go. Look, that might be interesting. So what you do is you'd follow that, click the clipboard, and you will have a W skin link then. You just come to my chat, say, hey, Hedge, I like this skin. Can we take a look at it? And then you post in the WSkin link, and I'll be in a special server in which I can bring them in, and we can take a look, and we'll get a good idea if it's something to look forward to and whatnot. Simple as that. So that's every Monday on my stream. Look in the description of this video right now. You'll see the links to all my socials, most notably my Twitch. So, yeah, you're more than welcome to come, especially the skin creators. You're more than welcome to come. Do not be shy to sit there and ask, can we take a look at your skin? I'll be more than welcome to do so. Everybody's welcome. Cool. So, back over to here. What do you reckon will be the peak player count for July Forcewipe? And will we surpass an average player count throughout all of July 2024 over 100,000? Do you reckon we'll do it? Because that will be the first time we've done it ever since offline TV era. Alright? That will be special. Because as much as people might sit here and say, oh, that's struggling or suffering, it is still trending upwards. And with more content expected on the horizon, with new monuments, bikes, panthers, tigers, crocodiles, and apparently a brand new biome is still expected to be added to the game this year. They're keeping it fresh, apparently. Some of you still might have problems and concerns, but at the very least, in general, it's still, still doing better. More people are still playing it. Cool, can't complain. So, hopefully we'll see the prices improve for some of these skins. Come on now. But another problem with skins is the fact that we just keep seeing more and more skins being made. There's just more and more options to look at. I made a big fuss about the AK47s just a minute ago. That very likely might happen to every single item in the future. So, yeah, How long will Rust last for? And don't start asking questions about Rust 2 again. No, it's not happening. No time soon, at the very least. Alright, cool. Hedge you up for 45 minutes. You knew what you're walking into. Alright, so I'll just point this out. I do have a brand new collection of skins over here. Of course, you know, that'll be the newest batch of skins for the Rust Workshop skin checks. July is looking to be very, very interesting. A lot of very curious people wanted to jump in and look at all the new content. I wouldn't be surprised by such a thing. Let's see if we do an absurd peak player count. Let's see if we do over 100,000 average player count for the whole month. Let's hope we see some interesting looking skins for the Forcewipe Rust Door. Can I please have some tier 2 hoodie and pants and tier 3 armor, please? You know what? I know you've been picking out a lot of, like, you know, extra late picks. Couldn't hurt to, you know, pick up the likes of, you know, Flashbacks tier 3 and Thunder Gold hoodie and pants and Sand Rhino tier 2. I'm just saying, if you want to make sales, maybe something like that. Oh well, we can dream. So that, once again, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Best of luck to all of you and your investments. And to really understand what's expected with the future, please consider watching my Rust skins affected by the Autumnfall seasonal dip video. It is a fair bit long, but lots of examples are shown. It will kind of like really help you understand what to expect with the upcoming months of September, October, November. Cool? Understood? Thumbs up. Thank you very much for listening to me yap for so long. I do appreciate it. Catch you later. See you. Goodbye.